the most awkward thing that's happened to you at work? Every Monday at 9 a.m., our marketing team has these mandatory status meetings where everyone reports what they're working on. They're exactly as exciting as they sound. 30 minutes of people reading from their to-do lists while our manager Dave takes notes. This particular Monday, I'm sitting in the conference room, half listening to Jennifer explain her email campaign metrics for the third week in a row. I pull out my phone to text my wife about how mind-numbing these meetings are. I type stuck in another pointless Monday meeting. Dave's asking everyone the same questions as last week. Jennifer's still talking about open rates. I'm dying of boredom. Can't wait to get home and actually do some real work. I hit send and put my phone away, not realizing I'd accidentally selected our department group chat instead of my wife's contact. Both start with M, marketing team, and Michelle. About 2 minutes later, phones start buzzing around the conference table. People are checking their messages and looking confused. Then I see Jennifer glance at her phone and her face goes completely red. My stomach drops as I realize what happened. I grab my phone and see my text sitting right there in our group chat, visible to all 12 people currently sitting in this room with me. Dave is still talking about Q4 goals when Mark, sitting across from me, holds up his phone and mouths, "Dude, what did you do?" I'm sitting there in complete panic mode while Dave continues the meeting, completely oblivious that half his team just received a message calling his meeting pointless and boring. Sarah next to me shows me her phone screen with my text on it and whispers, "Is this meant for us?" The worst part is I have to sit there and pretend everything's normal while people keep checking their phones and trying not to laugh. Jennifer keeps looking at me like I personally insulted her email expertise. Dave finally notices people are distracted. Is there something urgent that requires your attention? Nobody says anything, but the room has this weird tension where everyone knows something happened except Dave. When the meeting ends, people start filing out quickly. Jennifer walks past me and says quietly, "Open rates are actually really important metrics, by the way." I immediately grab Dave before he leaves the room. "Hey, I need to talk to you about something." I accidentally sent a personal message to the group chat during the meeting. Dave pulls out his phone, scrolls to the message and starts reading. I watch his expression change from confusion to realization to what I can only describe as mild amusement. "So our Monday meetings are pointless?" Dave asks with a slight smile. I was frustrated and venting to my wife. I didn't mean for anyone to see that, especially not during the actual meeting. Dave sits down and looks at me. "Mike, can I ask what specifically makes these meetings feel pointless to you?" This was not the conversation I expected. I thought I was about to get fired, but Dave seemed genuinely curious about my feedback. "Honestly, we cover the same topics every week without really solving anything. People just report what they're doing rather than collaborating or making decisions." Dave nods thoughtfully. "That's fair feedback. What would make these meetings more valuable?" We ended up having a 20-minute conversation about meeting structure and team communication. Dave admitted he'd been running them the same way for years without really thinking about effectiveness. The next Monday, our meeting was completely different. Dave started with specific problems to solve rather than status reports. We actually collaborated on solutions and made real decisions. The meeting was both shorter and more productive. At the end, Dave said, "Thanks to Mike's accidental feedback, I think we just had our first useful Monday meeting in months." Jennifer even thanked me later for forcing a conversation about meeting efficiency. Turns out everyone had been bored, but nobody wanted to speak up. My wife still makes fun of me for not being able to tell the difference between marketing team and Michelle in my contacts.